What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And guys, if I tell you how difficult it has been to do this Candace Owens video, we'll get into it. Like the video's intro plays, we got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense. You know what was up.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Hi. Hi. So you've never been here before?
Never been in jail before, and I'm really scared because I don't know who these people are. The other ones.
Is that a hater mark on your neck or is that bruise?
Let's just say I'm really popular. Am I gonna be in like a jail with like a lot of like ghetto people?
You're in jail.
I'm gonna be with these people. Officer, and she told me not to call her Melanie, so I was like, I'm like scared. I don't want like I don't want to become like pregnant when I come out of jail or anything.
Unless you have a uterus, I don't think you're getting pregnant.
Okay, perfect. That's all that matters. I'm not a slut, I promise.
Okay, sorry about that. So, guys, this Candace Owens video, somebody asked me today, are you working? Just because I don't go live does not mean that I'm not actually working. This Candace Owens video, which is so simple, has grown so many legs. So I'm kind of going to use that as a barometer for if you guys like that kind of content. I'm really enjoying the freedom to be able just to like break down things that I want to break down. I'm not like in the whole Diddy world where it's like constant. I'm really enjoying this. And I hope you guys are too. It's definitely different than what people are accustomed to with me, but I appreciate the freedom to come out and talk about things that I actually want to talk about. So we're gonna get into something different today. I was challenged to break this down. This is a viral video about a non-trans, a androgynous man who went on a date with a man. It went viral. Somebody said, are you able to like break this down? And I think I am, but I'm gonna let you guys hear it. And it's meet Donnie. Donnie's pronouns are he and him. We're gonna talk.
He asked me if I was a man. Just had a man pick me up for a date. He asked me if I was a man in the car. I said yes. This man turns around and takes me back home. Now, this is a very prime example of somewhat fragile masculinity, but also dishonesty. Not on my end, but on the end of the suitor.
Okay. No. So Donnie seemingly is a very young person. So keep that in mind. If you are not in the generation underneath Generation Z, underneath millennial, or is it millennial then Gen Z? These people have a lot of feelings. We'll just leave it at that. They got a lot of feelings. They have a lot of thoughts. They have a lot of emotions, and they have come up in the world where you share all those.
I met him last Friday at a club when I was out with my girlfriend. At some point, we duck off. We're talking. We're chatting. We're dancing. We're like really having a good time. We're throwing banter back and forth. We're being flirty. All these things. Mind you, I am flat-chested as fuck. I am not a woman. I'm just a very beautiful man. Proceeds to kiss me, XYZ, right?
Just the FYI, maybe you didn't study biology, but breast comes in all sizes. Some small, some big, some bigger, some enhanced. So I'm trying.
Has been texting me every day since last Friday when I gave him my number. He proceeds to tell me in the car, I don't really know how to ask this, or, I really just don't know how to bring this up, but are you a man? And I looked at him and I was like, yes, I am. I'm just a very feminine man. He pulls over and he's like, I just want to sit over and just like kind of talk about this for a second. I'd never been in this position before, so I'm just like not really sure how to handle it. I had an inkling of a thought, but I didn't want to ask you and you be offended if you were not. However, it's just not something that I'm into particularly. And I think that's part of a bigger conversation as it relates to Black men being interested in just feminine energy, period. He proceeded to apologize and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just like felt like I needed to get this off my chest and at least just ask. But if I'm being honest, I was just like, okay, yeah, like that's fine. Like, no harm, no foul. Like, it's all good. He's like, is it okay if I just, turn around and take you back home? I'm like, absolutely. Yes, please. We sat there in silence as he did a U-turn and literally dropped me back off. But it goes to show that sexuality truly is a spectrum. And while people may not be into whatever parts people have or whatever the case may be, people are just attracted to energy, period, which is okay. That's totally fine. I completely respect that. I'm not one of those gays that are like, I'm going to go get the trade and do this, that, and the third. That's really not my vibe. And if you are, I mean, pop off queen, do your big one. But I guess my biggest problem is if you had an inkling of a thought or you felt any type of way, you should have quite literally just asked and been honest from the very beginning. Here, I spent an hour and a half getting ready for a date, not really into it, but like I was like open to, just seeing what happens, what would, transpire out of the whole situation.
If I'm going to go on a date, it's going to take me the time to shower, put on some lotion, and pick my clothes. So maybe 20 minutes. An hour and a half is crazy.
And yet, here we are. Now, this is a first for me. I've never had this happen to me before. This is something new to me. I'm not humbled in the slightest because I'm a bad bitch. Look at me. Like, hello. And I know this is not in vain. I know that God has a partner for me out in the world, wherever he may be. But that shit was crazy as fuck. And for my theys, my girls, my dolls out there in the world, y'all be safe out there. Truly just be safe. Because for a slight moment in time, I was actually kind of scared for a minute. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know what y'all think because
I'm a big proponent of people being smart. We'll get into why her being scared. Okay.
I've quite literally never experienced anything like this before. Like, oh my God, I'm like kind of floored. But anyway, on to the next, babes. That's fine. To Mr. Sir, good luck to you. And yeah, I don't know, y'all. It's just so funny. I'm like literally just sitting here in silence, like, oh my God, like I need to like talk to someone about this. But anyway, okay. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I don't know.
The fact that she thought that the man was fragile. I don't think. So you were at a club, you're having a good time. You see somebody, there's an attraction. I think what Donnie, who seems to be very comfortable in his own skin, is neglecting to take into account is the fact that there are I don't really want to parse my words. That's the fun about this type of content. I don't really want to parse my words. It is okay for a heterosexual male to see someone in a group of females with long hair and dressed in women's clothing and think that you are a woman. I think that's what has become a pipeline to conservatism for people. It's like an anti-woke mindset where I'm progressive and I'm a very liberal person. So whatever you want to be called, however you identify, I really don't care. What you eat doesn't make me shit. But in this world, I think we have overcomplicated this issue. It's not a fragile man. He's at a club. He's had some drinks. You have longer hair. You are wearing makeup. Some of the daytime clothes seem androgynous, but I would say for the most part, you wear women's clothes. And it is okay for somebody to say that this is a woman. It's a skirt. It's a dress. It's women's clothes. Men do wear women's clothes. But in that, it's still a woman's garment. You are not going to the androgynous section of Macy's and picking out an outfit. You are picking out an outfit in the women's section. And we live in a world where that is okay. However, Donnie chooses to present to the world is okay. The problem is the mindset that there was something that this man did wrong. We are not going to pretend that there are not some pretty women, some ugly women, some women that skew towards more masculinity, like Robin Dixon. But that doesn't mean that she's not a woman. There are women who have more traditional male features that are heterosexual women. They're not all studs. And that's okay to say. We should be able to have these type of conversations. Donnie, something has gone askew. You don't have to meet somebody and automatically shake their hand and say, I'm a man. However, if you are in women's clothes, and we get into the trans conversation with this as well, some people might look at Donnie and say, I know that this is a man right off. To simplify the conversation, because I had to look this up. Certain words are not okay anymore. So you can't call people trannies. Technically, a transsexual person is a person who feels like they were born in the wrong body and takes steps to change that through hormones and all those type of things. Donnie is a man who dresses in women's clothing. The correct term for that is crossdresser. It's okay to say these words. It is okay to have actual conversations. Donnie is a man who cross-dresses. That's okay. That is the politically correct word for it. I don't need anybody telling me I'm wrong. But the man didn't do, in my eyes, the man who took her on a date did nothing wrong. I do see a lot of people saying, you could have gotten beat up. You could have gotten beat up. Well, there's a problem in that concept. They didn't have sex. I want you guys to see some of other people's takes on this, and we'll talk.
Loud when it comes to this Donnie situation, so I'm going to say it because nobody can beat my ass. Donnie put himself in that situation because a lot of gay men get off on trying to turn out straight men. 2, isn't this what the LGBT community has been fighting for? And even your allies like me fighting against violence against you guys. So you find a man who is a straight man, and he's like, I don't swing that way, Donnie. And he's respectful, and he turns around and he takes you home. He doesn't go off on you. He's not violent with you. He simply said that's not what he does, but you still had an issue. So we finally are finding men, straight men, who are not violent towards anyone against the LGBT community, and you guys still have something to say about it. And I feel like you guys need to take some kind of accountability in some of this, because you guys do like to put yourself in situations where you think you can turn out some straight men. Y'all are not saying the quiet parts out loud when it comes to this Donnie situation.
What do I think about what she said? I want to start with this comment. 2 Snaps in the Z Formation says, so out of all the women in the club, a man goes after the trans or femme. That's that man's problem that he chose to approach them. They are just existing in the world. I mean, I agree with you. I don't think it's a problem. I think people are attracted to what they are attracted to. In this situation, I think the only issue is that Donnie had some type of umbrage about the way the date turned out. And I don't see the issue. Just having an inclination, there are some manly looking women and there are some feminine looking men. I mean, there's been androgynous people since the creation of people. But in this situation, Donnie just being in the club with his homegirls and somebody approaches him, you're absolutely right. Donnie at that point is just existing in the world and you have approached them. Disclosure. When should, and you guys can put it in the chat, it's an open conversation. There's no right or no wrong answers. When do you, the conversation, like I've watched a lot of these TikToks and the conversations move to when somebody should disclose. And Donnie's take on it is, I'm not trans, so why should I tell you I am a man? I might get in trouble for this, but I don't see a couple things. If this man said, I'm not trying to be funny. If this man goes up to Donnie in the club and says, what's your name? And Donnie says, Donnie. Then maybe, sir, you really knew that this was a man. If that's not the way the conversation went, then I don't see a problem with someone who is cross-dressing just saying, I'm a man. I had, you guys may not, most of you probably won't remember this, but my lives used to be insane when I first started. We talked everything. We talked mistresses. It was a much more fun time. And a trans person came on the show and said specifically that she was very comfortable with who and what she was, and that no matter what, the first thing she let a guy know who was interested in her is, I was born male. And then that man has the opportunity to be like, oh, now she considered herself what's considered passable, meaning if you just saw her on the street, you would not know, particularly know that this is a trans woman. So I thought that was fair. I can't tell trans people that that's how you're supposed to operate because I'm not a trans person, but that just seems, to me, it seems harmless. But this conversation was, it went so deep with so many people.
I'm dead ass not the most qualified person to speak on this, but I just watched this video of a feminine presenting gay man give us a story time about how he went on a date with some guy and the guy asked him if he was a guy and he said yeah, and the guy just dropped him off. Now granted, I don't think that's a big deal. I think it was respectful in the way he explained it. But what got me about the whole video was he said that the guy that, asked him if he was a man has fragile masculinity. Now, I'm not the masculinity expert or nothing like that, but I feel like that guy did the best appropriate thing in that situation. He didn't antagonize you. He didn't demonize you.
That was a
he didn't
woman.
get violent or nothing like that. From what I'm understanding and from what I just heard, the man literally just said, I've never had this happen to me before. Like, do you mind if I just drop you off? And the gay man agreed to it. So if you agree to it, why do you feel like that's fragile masculinity? I just feel like I've seen many cases where this has gone the opposite way and like people have lost their lives behind stuff like this. And I'm not saying I expect that to happen every time. And we shouldn't necessarily be praising somebody for not enacting violence.
Absolutely. We're not going to pretend like trans people don't run the risk of just being shot down after having intimate relations with men, even when the men know. We've seen time and time again where a man knows or has had a whole outside relationship with a trans woman and then still shoots and kills her. So it's not like their lives aren't put in danger. You don't get a cookie for not beating somebody up when you find out that Donnie was a man, which sounds crazy because Donnie said you should already know that Donnie's a man.
But I think calling their masculinity fragile is a little bit disingenuous. I'm dead ass not the most qualified person to speak on this, but I just watched this video of a feminine presenting gay man give us a story time about how he went on a date with some. I just argue that if his masculinity was truly fragile, he would have enacted violence or rude behavior or something like that, some insecurity type shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead, he was respectful, and that's just the part I'm not getting. But I say all this to say, If you find yourself in a situation like this, we're talking to somebody and you might not know that they're gay, trans, feminine, or male appearing, respond with respect. Don't respond with malice or violence. That's weird shit. I've been in way too many circles in my youth where like this hypothetical always ends with somebody saying, oh, I killed this person, I beat this person. And it should never have to come to that, bro. Be respectful.
I will say this new generation of people, they are learned. They have grown up with the internet. They have all types of friends from all races, all sexualities. These young people have been around the block. That dude seemed to have like a really good head on his shoulders.
Crazy to me to see people's reaction to that story as you were honest with him. You didn't, you better be glad he was nice enough to take you home. And I'm like, in what world does this man have to tell this other man that he's a man? He doesn't identify as a woman. He is a man. Now men have to tell y'all they men too. There are plenty of gay men that are feminine gay men that wear makeup and wigs. And on top of that, when you asked him if he was a man, he said he had suspected it all week. And yet he continued to have phone conversations with him and plan a date and picked him up.
No. See, okay. So this lady is clearly an ally. Every ethnicity's best friend should be a black woman. Because black women will cape for you. They will take care of you. Black women will take up every cause. It could be ethnicities of people who don't even like black people. If a black woman sees something that's wrong, something that there needs to be a change in society, she gonna speak on it. Now, this lady's a little bit off because she clearly didn't watch the video. She was just ready to put her ally cape on. She doesn't realize that they were having conversations and Donnie being a male never came up until the actual date. But she was ready. She was ready, y'all.
That man, not the man in the story time, but the man that came and picked him up and then chickened out. The real gag is that man probably considers himself heterosexual.
If this ain't Tamar's sister, she's using the gay lingo. This is your ally. She will be at every parade. If anybody gets smart with you, she's fighting first. That hat is gonna be flipped, and she ready to go. But ma'am, you're wrong. In this situation, you're wrong. That man didn't do anything wrong. He met somebody. He thought, oh, maybe she looks a little bit manly, but a heterosexual man, a little bit tipsy at the club. Every hole is a goal. She's just trying, y'all. She's trying to be there. She's definitely an ally. She's a big fan of Tamar. She loves Nene and Mariah Huck and Quiet from Married to Medicine. But in this situation, she didn't actually watch the video. She was just ready to go in.
But he was grappling with the fact that he was attracted to this man. And he didn't really know what to do with them feelings. And all of the men that are stitching this video, attacking that young man, like, oh, you were dishonest. And it's just crazy to me to see people's reaction to that story as you were honest with him. You didn't, you better be glad he was nice enough to take you home. And I'm like, in what world does this man have to tell this other man that he's a man? He doesn't identify as a woman. He is a man.
Again, challenge accepted. When somebody sent me this and they wanted to know if I could break this down in a way that made this more digestible. Yes, Donnie is just living his life. Absolutely. But Donnie is a cross-dresser. So there might be some men who think that Donnie is a masculine looking woman in women's clothes. And that's okay to say. That's what these are the days I really like being a content creator, because I don't have to be, I can be progressive, but I don't have to necessarily be woke. I don't have to be fearful that I'm going to say something political and my channel is going to be gone. I wasn't fearful to say anything or comment on Charlie Kirk. These are the moments that I love to do YouTube. I don't have to. I choose to respect people and who they want to be and how they want to live and things like that nature. But I don't have to be worried. I don't have to worry with you guys like I'm gonna make a mistake and say the wrong word and get canceled. It just is what it is. Donnie's a cross-dresser. Donnie looked like a girl. He met a man who was into coochie and was kind of like, let me see where this goes. When Donnie walked out for the date, asked the question, respectfully returned Donnie home. Period. It's not that deep.
Now men have to tell y'all they men too.
That was funny to me. That might go in an intro. That might go in an intro. So now men got to tell you they men too.
Well, people exist.
There are plenty of gay men that are feminine gay men that wear y'all grappling with it too. Because if you would have saw them, you would have been attracted to them too. Your whole idea of attraction is blowing your fucking mind. That's why in the videos that y'all are making, stitching the video, y'all are taking it out of context. That's not a trans woman that tricked the man into believing that she was a woman. That is a man that identified.
Absolutely. Donnie is not a trans woman who tricked a man. Donnie was living his life. Donnie got approached. Now, even in terms of like the making out at the club on the first night, clearly this black man who she went on this date with was progressive. Let me see if I can find some of the other people who she's talking about, because these people gave whole like diatribes on this.
That went on a date with a straight man in LA. And I just want to, give my take on this. As a gay girly who is feminine, okay? I'm very versatile. Gorgeous.
I don't think that anybody would mistake you for a woman, though.
Feminine jog. I have the muscles, But don't get it twisted. The walk is lethal. I can outwalk.
I'm getting more Wesley Snipes than Naomi Campbell.
Anyone in a hill. Stiletto, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Style, all that. We're still evolving over here. Like, at one point, like, I can't wait to get down the beat, But then also, like, sometimes I just want to dress in a suit. Look like a gorgeous man.
He clearly gets facials.
Or sometimes I want to be on the feminine, extremely. But even when I wear a suit, I still get doors held for me by men.
So, see, this is somebody who really told us he was going to be talking about Donnie, but has given us a whole infomercial for his life. I don't think that you present to the world like Donnie. So I don't know where all this comparison, but I told you these people were giving whole diatribes. Let's see if there's any other ones that pop out before we go to Donnie.
You trans K woman, okay? Trans K woman. Trans K woman, go out to club, have good time. Caveman.
Not trans. I was about to say something so ugly. Shit. She kind of looks like one of those characters from Madagascar. It's because the eyes are so far away. Oh my god. What was? Let me not. That's I'm not. I take it all back. I take it back. I retract.
And regular caveman, hetero caveman, sees you at club.
It doesn't help that she's talking like that. I'm done with her.
I've been letting this simmer for a couple of days because I wanted to see how y'all would take this angle and it's settled, and I see the way you're taking it, and I'm not surprised. So this creator, Donnie, who is a, I guess, feminine, not trans man, or I don't know, it's like a feminine showing gay man or something like that, right? Came on here, told a story time about how he was supposed to go on a date. He got in the car with the dude. He asked him if he was a man, flat out. He said he was. The dude turned around, took him home, and that was the end of it, right? A couple of other things in the story. Apparently, they met in some club, and there was some kiss. They had text for a week or whatever. Now, the framing it of per this creator, Donnie, he's trying to frame it as a fragile male ego. The women are talking about, oh, he has some inkling, he's down low, and blah, blah, blah. And this is why I never take the alphabet soup community seriously. One, this is what y'all have been angling for, right? That if someone discovered that.
I thought he was gay. Up until this point, I thought this man was gay. See how ignorant I can be?
That you are who you are, decide what, that they would not beat your ass and they would just kindly decline. Two, even though this man did everything right by not being violent, not overreacting, y'all are still labeling him down low or undercover, some nonsense like that. And the thing that's annoying me the most is the inkling thing y'all said. Because if I'm being honest, I'm going to say the quiet part out last, and I know y'all probably going to call me colorist and whatever. If dudes had an inkling for every dark-skinned woman who had masculine features or looked like their daddies, none of y'all would get dates. And that's what I'm talking about. Y'all are always talking about people not judging you, people not being colorist and anything like that. But even doing right, y'all still find a way to make this man wrong. That Donnie dude had no business deceiving, not bringing forth, not being upfront about his sexuality and his natural disposition. And for y'all to sit up here and try to gaslight that man, whoever he may be, for just simply taking that dude home, he better than me, because I would light y'all asses up.
I don't think the man would even come forward. And quite frankly, he was very respectful to Donnie. It's us doing think pieces on this. I don't want to get into, you guys can follow Donnie if you would like. It's Donnie. What is it? My Life as Donnie. And I didn't really know anything about Donnie before this, but Donnie is going to be producing, I think, like jewelry and stuff like that. Donnie has said some things that I think are inflammatory and probably not the type of attention that would help his business endeavors. I just feel like it's a very simple conversation. You are not trans. You are allowed to live your life any which way that you want to. You can dress how you want to. One day you can dress like Grace Jones. The next day you can dress like Sweetie. Live your life, because everybody else is living their life. The only critique that I would have is it's okay to say I am a crossdresser to a man who is heterosexual and thinks that you're a woman. If anything, if you're how you're choosing to present, because I would not say that femininity equates to women's clothes. Now, I don't think that Donnie wants to be a woman. Well, I watched the video where Donnie said Donnie does not want to be a woman, but I just feel like that would be a very, very simple fix. I'm a crossdresser. Have you ever dated a cross-dresser? I'm androgynous. It's very, very simple. But that's just me. I'm not a trans person. I'm not a cross-dresser. So I've never lived in that world to experience it, but you know, teach their own. That's a simple fix. Hopefully the person who challenged me is in this video, and I'm gonna be curious to see how I get graded. Much respect, Mims. Thank you. LXU. There's a man in China meeting 1,000 plus straight men for X, telling them that he is a woman. Most men realized that when they met, but they had sex anyways since it's free. He recorded everything secretly. Let's see. Man has sex with 1,000 Asian men pretending this is to be woman. I want to see the face. I'm dead. Why? LXU, why are we like this? You are clearly a straight shooter. You are clearly with the shits. You are clearly as messy as the rest of us. This took a turn. This could be a whole nother video. I'm dead. If this is not the most least attractive person I have ever seen in my life, what am I looking at right now?
Big moves.
I don't even know.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Y'all, this man deserved the theme song. This man deserved the theme song. Who is looking at him? LXU, I don't know where you then went. LXU, you need to be all up in the comments. You done this. Okay, don't run now. I might have to do a whole video on this. It'll be a short one. I wanted to go live to see what you guys were saying with this. Let me take this off the screen and see if I can get a better picture. Okay, here we go. In case you wanted the close-up. Who is looking at him and thinking, who is looking at this man and thinking, damn, I gotta get that? Did he look when he is fully made up? Oh,
That is funny.
Mustard on a beat, hoe.
Now, it said where Jaguar right. Did she?
y'all are tripping. That's a baddie. Okay, y'all. So, okay, real talk, real quick before we go. I have been working on this Candace Owens video for days. I have been reading books on the pipeline from Christian conservative to MAGA for Latin people. I cannot have these type of conversations with you and not actually deep dive. So even when you don't see me doing a video, like today, I worked for hours on this Candace video, and it's supposed to be a short pre-recorded video. So I'm going to ask you guys a favor. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about my more political videos or just talking about hypocrisy in politics. whenever I drop that video, I need you guys to watch it as soon as it drops. That'll give me a good indication of if I'm going to take all this time out to really deep dive. I mean, on that video, we're going to be talking about Steve Harvey, Trump, Candace Owens. Yeah. So these videos take a long time. So that's the one thing that I would ask you. Whenever I drop this video tomorrow, I ask you guys to click on it and watch it as quickly as possible. If you can, share it, leave feedback, comment in the video. It just lets me know, like, because this is a lot of work. Like this Candace Owens video, you cannot do a video about politics, or I can't. I'm not one of these half-ass content creators. I'm not going to be fearful. I think that's what you were saying. Be fearful. I'm not going to be fearful. I have worked really hard to get where I am in this space, and I'm not going to let a political affiliation stop me from doing what I do. But I really do appreciate you, Blues, being concerned about me. But yeah, so I just need you guys to click on the video, share it. Hopefully it's going to be a shorter video, but it's going to be as best I can insightful. I'm not going to be trying to destroy Candace. I'm not going to be telling people not to watch her, but hopefully you leave with these videos that I'm doing with a different way of viewing Candace, or viewing Steve Harvey, or viewing whomever I'm deep diving on. LXU. He does not accept money because then it becomes a crime. He asked those men to bring him cooking oil and watermelon as gifts. He even gives out money if the man is big. Look. Oh my God. I mean, he's not asking for cash. He's not asking for cash. I gotta run. You guys can put in the comments if you enjoyed this video. I'm not gonna say please send me challenges, because you know that can be a lot too. But thank you guys for being here. Please support that video. I'm going to try my best to drop that tomorrow. I was working on that video and it was going to come out today, but there's so many twists and turns. There's so many different, like, it's a lot. So, yeah, I'm trying to work and put out videos every day, but these videos that sometimes have a political spin are a lot more difficult than just going to Instagram, seeing a story, and kind of parsing that out. But I got to run. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Wish me luck on the car buying experience tomorrow. Bye.